Bitcoin just gave us the best long trade we've had in a week. Guys, I need you to look at the chart right now because right now Bitcoin is literally pumping and also hitting the most important major resistance, as you can see. Because last night, although I took a lost short, as you can see, I've mentioned and I've talked about an idea of a short, which I actually, to be truthful and also transparent with you guys, I actually took a loss. My trade hit the stop loss. However, after losing the short, as you can see, I basically had the idea of taking a long if Bitcoin decides to roll back or go back. As you can see, I said in my free Telegram channel, as you can see right now on the screen, I've shared the idea of a long. I told you guys that if you haven't or if you aren't subscribed on the Telegram channel, make sure to subscribe because I'm posting literally free trade setups on Bitcoin and Ethereum and other altcoins. So I basically just had the idea. Once I lost the short, I knew that Bitcoin is actually quite bullish, and I found an idea of longing Bitcoin based on the volume profile pull. As you can see, if I take the volume profile pull in the whole range of Bitcoin had been creating since I think the 25th of August, we can clearly see that there's a high volume area. The point of control is sitting at 111.26, as you can see, and also I've noticed that there's a confluence adding to the point of control. Also, we've got the anchored view up at around, I think, this area of 111.3. So I had the idea of waiting for a nice drop, waiting for the action, and then getting into a nice long idea. This is basically what I shared and pre-planned along with you guys on the Telegram, as you can see. And if I start playing the tape, as you can see, we clearly saw the nice drop on Bitcoin. We had a nice bounce with a great reaction, which made me go and long Bitcoin, as you can see. So currently I'm in a nice profitable long, as you can see, and this is quite the proof that shows you that it doesn't matter how many losses you're taking, as long as you know that the stop loss is capped and you also keep on trying based on risk analysis, risk management, keep on trying to get into the nice trades. Doesn't matter the result of the trade, you should always not be afraid to take the next trade, because obviously if one trade is wins, then you're gonna make up the losses of at least 2 to 3 lost trades on Bitcoin or whatever coin you're trading. So technically this is what I'm currently at on Bitcoin. However, once I'm done right now explaining the long I've taken Bitcoin, let me explain what Bitcoin is literally doing on the higher time frame, because right now we are at the doorsteps of the most important resistance, guys. I've told you guys that on the higher time frame, yes, Bitcoin right now is currently at support and resistance in between them, in between 110 and in between $114,000, and right now we are closer to the resistance line. As you can see, we've hit those lines. However, we haven't made a nice liquidity grab. I'd rather for Bitcoin to see a clear rejection of that line. I don't consider this rejection to be an actual rejection. As you can see, we actually hit the value area low based on the volume profile pull I've explained previously, and we also hit the anchored view up, which shows you that we are right now hitting the resistance of the downtrend we've created since the all-time high. So technically, yes, Bitcoin right now has been hitting the resistance line. However, I'm not fully bearish right now on Bitcoin. I'd like to see Bitcoin fully reject before calling this a nice hit of the resistance. I haven't taken any shorts right now. I'm still in my longs on Bitcoin. Technically, if I want to take a nice scalp short or not intraday short technically on Bitcoin, I'd like for Bitcoin to take these highs, as you can see, which sit at around 113.7 thousand dollars. So technically this line of resistance is the most important thing to be taken. If I see Bitcoin right now hit back above this resistance, hit 113.7, hit 114.2, and then lose this level, go back under 113, 112.8, then I might think of taking a short. However, if we don't see such reaction, I'm not super bearish right now on Bitcoin. Technically, I like what Bitcoin is literally doing right now. If I'm gonna take a short, I'd like to see a clear rejection of 113, 114, maybe make some people get into longs, pull or trap them into longs, and then thinking about a short. But right now I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I'm long and I'm happy about this long, because right now technically guys, yes, we took a small scalp long on Bitcoin at 111.3, but if we actually, instead of taking a short or taking a short and seeing a rejection at 113 to 114,000 dollars, we can technically also see the possibility of Bitcoin hitting the resistance, breaking it, and then once we break $114,000, flipping it into support in the daily time frame, we can actually hold the scalp long for much longer and probably even wait for a long or a rise up to $120,000. Thanks for watching, guys.